What is going on, party people? People of the party. I'm sorry, I wasn't on stream yesterday and we didn't do a show here on this channel because I did a full podcast segment over on my other channel, and that takes like pretty much the entire day. We have some news today in the watch world, and I'm excited about it because I think that this is actually one of the better releases from Omega. Omega. I'm saying Omega like I'm not from here. Omega. Every year, they release about 5,000 different Speedmasters. But they have a cool release today, and I think it's actually a better one. The pilot. The Omega Speedmaster pilot. Now, why is this cool? Well, I think what most people are talking about when they see this is because it says flight qualified on the dial, they think Omega Flight Master, which is a very, very sought after watch. We're getting some people showing up. Kevin Hawthorne from Lakeland, Florida. Mostly Harmless is here. Scramble North. This does have the coaxial master chronometer movement. And there's some colors on the dial. I think that they did a very good job with this. It is bold, yet understated at the same time. It's not so flashy that it looks redonkulous, and it's not so colorful that you couldn't wear it every day, but it has enough pizzazz to be different and set itself apart from other Speedmasters. Scramble North says, I wish it was hand-wound, which is something that I've already heard from a lot of people in various comment sections of the watch media world. Here's what I will say, okay? People are talking about how this is incredible. It's a nod to... Man, they have some cool media shots. Look at that. I bet Bell and Ross is pissed off. We're the flight instrument watchmaker. What is going on with Omega? Look at this. Very, very sharp pictures. And I'm going to be honest. The orange pops. The blue pops. The yellow pops. But here's what everyone wants to talk about. Is the Flight Master. Okay. Let's get... Do they have a close-up picture of a Flight Master? Okay, right here. Everyone wants one of these really interesting hooded, like, pseudo cushion case. All the pushers and crowns available. Has a bunch of colors popping out there. Green, blue, orange, and then, of course, those gorgeous custard patinated indexes. It's a very interesting watch, but I'm going to be honest, when I first saw the images come out of this flight qualified Omega Speedmaster pilot, do you know what I thought of? The Mark 40. Like, I guess I'm the only one that's brought this up, and it's not because I'm just so smart. I just don't know why none of the other watch journalists, everyone wants to talk about the Flight Master. Probably because this is like a pilot's watch, this new Speedmaster. But then you could also kind of reduce every, no pun intended, Speedy reduced. You could also kind of reduce every Speedmaster to being a pilot's watch. Because after all, astronauts that blast off into the fucking, oh my god, I did the F word. A swear jar super chats, guys. I thought I was on my other channel. Sorry for the F-bomb. People that fly up into space, they're also pilots, essentially, right? So, I mean, if you're going to go to the moon, that's just like a really long flight. So we could all make a very good argument for the Speedy professional being a pilot's watch, period. But this one saying flight qualified, this one being a Speedmaster pilot, as in it is in the title, I think a lot of people do want to immediately make the connection with the Flight Master, the Omega Flight Master. Now, the Flight Master was not a Speedmaster. I just want to make that clear. But for some reason, no one has made the connection with this watch to this one. And I feel like these two have more in common with one another than the Flight Master. Is it just me? I mean, this is the Mark 40. This is automatic. This people complain does not have, this new Pilot does not have a hand-wound movement. People complain about that. But this Mark 40 was also automatic. This one has a big blue, a half blue subdial. This one has a half blue subdial. This one has orange pip on the chronograph hand. So does this. It's like orangey yellow. I feel like this Mark 40 is much more, reminiscent, or excuse me, this Pilot is much more reminiscent of this Speedy Mark 40 than it is of the Flightmaster. That's just me. Another thing that's interesting is this is a Hodinkee article. By the way, I have to give credit where credit's due. I've railed against Hodinkee forever. Ever since Ben made the statement that he was going to be back at the helm, they've been putting out much better content. So can we give them... I'm not a Hodinkee fanboy. I'm definitely not a Hodink. I'm still going to make fun of them for the travel clock. But chat, can we give them a round of applause that they've actually done a decent job? Mike Watch Doe from Phoenix is here. Jake 480. Are we allowed to ask your opinion on a watch, or are you just reviewing the Omega for the stream? You can ask me whatever you want. Wildman Actual, very cool call sign, says, we never landed on the moon. All right, well, I'm not going to get into that right now, but because we definitely did. But this really nice texturing, very nice depth. I love the brushed surface on the chapter ring, and then the matte finishes. It's just very nice. The louvered cut on the subdials, how it just steps in. It's very nice. Omega does a very nice job with texturing, and it looks great. This Mark 40, what's interesting here is that this is like the Ben Climber. People call this the Ben Climber because that's like the watch that Ben Climber said, made him want to be a horologist. And it's weird that Hodinkee did not bring up the Mark 40 in this article, because the Mark 40 looks more like this watch than the Flightmaster does. But anyway, as a little, what do we want to call this? Scooping up, tying up the loose ends, putting a pin in it. At the end of this, I also want to share with you two of my favorite Speedmasters, and I think that these two Speedmasters also somewhat have something in common with this new Omega Speedmaster Pilot. Let's see if you guys can see the similarities here. This one, Mark II, and of course this is like a reissue, but man, the cushion case is incredible. The kind of gray dial, 6 o'clock date. This is one of the coolest Speedmasters ever made, period. This reminds me of Nintendo. Something about that kind of matte gray with some orange there. It's like, it reminds me of old like Nintendo Power NES stuff. So maybe that's just kind of showing my age a little bit, but that's one of my favorite Speedmasters. I don't own one. And then this, the Speedy Tuesday Ultraman. Now, why do I think that these remind me of the new Pilot? Because they all have orange. For some reason, I like Speedmasters that all have orange on them. So, anyway, I like this watch. I think it is cool. I get why people are immediately bringing up the Omega Flightmaster. It's weird to me that people aren't mentioning the Mark 40, but I guess I just know more about watches than them, so I can just pat myself on the back there. Anyway, I'm sorry that I didn't do a stream yesterday. I was very, very busy. If you want to go to my other channel, youtube.com/@canweusethатword. We just broke past 22,000 subscribers over there. That's where I'm going to be right now, doing some shows. And I love you guys. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay blessed. Let me know in the comment section, what's your favorite Omega Speedmaster? And do you agree that this one looks a little more like the Mark 40 than it does with the